glad and believe in him. Lord, we thank you for goodness. We thank you for mercy and for giving us beyond what we deserve. We thank you for goodness. We thank you for mercy and for giving us beyond.
What's here for your hopeful radio? Was a good show with you. Young boy, I in your coffee connect and out and you marino.
Light our path like
and then soon you may don't be. Yes, I share with you, so the near bedin come on. It's a Facebook, YouTube, Twitter. Maybe a best way be able to marry to Median every home. And then soon you may doom your Patrik Nana Barfi. I said, in what boy, bear and now what you call Ben or you mean, sending the quay before we be say whisker and only a dehun come on. And that's in your meadum or what feed the so. Our day be mighty time could chew me try me haba.
God, we pray for Ghana, just as we did for Israel. Make us great and strong.
First party in Israel.
We need strong leaders to build a nation to help us solve the problems we face. Psalm 33 verse 12. Blessed is the nation whose God is the Lord. So, Christ-like in your neighbor.
Kufikinata obo anyesa na translation etie and then another translate your mind ekwen be faso ye betua your mortgage ekwen be faso ye dan ateton ye betua amini so atam kuchu fra wonu bi nyema nko a wo metie na so metie bi nana bocho otemeka
ete unkapa
yede nyomi ase position na camera no na ya mamio very good but as a cosro dodo
I saw your member was
a cosro mo na tweti su kakra very manemra from biem
when you just have been to
oh screen so I said you down sa na obam titumi you mame
Somalia, Uganda, Liberia, home put the bag
God has been good to me.
Perfect nana timaya camera na wie ni de na chese dwumadie na na ye de hyehyese no nene nkomo a oni ye bedie no titru efa kwan a ye befa so a ye fie ya toto no ye titimu no o mind the strategy ye befa so a ye betua nyina ye kwan ye fa so ye be save whisker etina na so temi kan de amenche ho beja fidie na ma na de ne o wono so odi amaye
your chief good evening
ye je osuru na
nyame aduma yasa edru week edru yasa ye de yebesa atoa so a series na na ye no ene baby ayedru no ye paying off your mortgage, which is step 6, paying off your house. Paying off your house no ene yama bebre na ekọ me dem be komu kakra if we say start here and basis say no e bia na woni ha afi na wo bam nti no me recap kakra first you know proving biblical money principle me ka se metimi a share me screen wa ha na ke ya komu kakra you am say who me screen na that's who screen no
yeah, me who
yo. So in a financial peace education, paying off your house, which is step 6. Now, like I was saying, you know, the demo go quite free so a bedroom ha. TSS connect, Krumu away. You buy one my TSS say, BBOC, as a can was here day. Yes, stati kusu kakra ka, okodilun kakra. Na dia kusku wia na se wo adwuma bi na wo start a bra bi a akwaji personal loan kakra wadije credit cards ni ade wia ware ayesi to fie woni wo yire we di kakra fia mu wia ma be to fie na afie kana hia na afie bi du ba bi no da mo hotre mo afie nyi eti e go through ni ama no the first one he say I will say we should have a plan we see our plan your budget your budgeter we ma bibia akoso am because no ye chiri speaker be bi e wo say ko enye scanner san e ba be e koye na number 2 I will say avoid debt you know you avoid debt no wi a na afei you foster higher equality relationship. You say a friend say we need power when a drain far a drain. I will say any pebia or pimp to move on a life. And yet they be an and can be a who said in here. I see drew and be see the media to Madame from Cran and I said to Madame for Cran. But research and I said, say, when you be diagro a check right now, nipa 10 within the 10 years, nipa 10 and your diagro, more your income is going to look like those 10 people, no, you know. And so, Jose, if you now finish it, you see invested. Now, you save me invested. You so I very outrageous. I'll see Emma, and then they start here. Now, we enough, you be breaking it down, quite before so I be sad. It's emergency fund, $1,000, and you to now, if you start here, can be who be a train apart from mortgage. You trade BBA, who be a student will be BBA. Now, Saturn, yes, I don't so near JBBA, be investment be a BBA. Near Jadint, yes, if you there was a research done, a book called Everyday Millionaire. In 2018, there were 12 million millionaires. Now, out of the 12 million millionaires, you know, almost 90% worth was 1 million to 5 million. As Uncle Phone, nay, and yet, to see Amazon, more and answer Bill Gates, be just regular people to send me a Yakoba, your Juma, your 401k near the end of the year. Need you say, if you do these things now, within it's a promise, and I will say, we just start now within 10, 15, when you are prepared within 10 years, 15 years, you acquire some form of word. And I will say, because one day cut, small fees, and we use animal therefore consistently with the scale Google accounts to 401k, they will call a could do level. It's the who say, or say, yes, sir, $1,000 in a tree hooker. You tree hooker, finish about pay emergency fund, because 1,000 is when you have 3 to 6 months of your expenses, monthly expenses, and not be your emergency fund. Now, feel free hook with the 15% of your income, household income, 15%. What started the two retirement, with the two now, the two crack now, kiddos, and crowns, a student fund be a starting more and so coso. We are not for your chair if you can. A honor, ne drew. So, some make company nano, and some make company nano. Sa Yakunana, Fidi, the Sicana, ye in Kobo, Busia Bia, and I would tray a crack step by step. Biobecato Secuma, Jotna, just say a count one additional bois. Beating out to dine, a dine crabbing out to dine. We need credit. And the metric a quite faswa, beating out to dine with any credit. No. Now, dear, here can see any can see the car into me, yes, I need money now. It's a church in Mukwan, and we see Triawaka. We started with the Cabibria, we started with the smallest one, we pay $100 pay. I can't be BLUB, I would pay $100 pay. 2 Triakan now, the smallest one, so we say medical bill, near medical bill, near small, 500. Into Tria, you see a training area, medical bill near the 100 Nakahon, now yet 150 near the Tria. See, NSR. Kakawi 50 be take 10 months. Be since the 100 never can who it tria within 3.5 months near Tria Sakana. If you wanna 150 near the Abeka 63 no. Tia come one year 213 to 213 no. A kawi we say the Tria and send number 36 months to 39 months. And so because of that, we see near 2 something within 11 months or so, almost 12 months near tree and we are added to once after within 2 years when you're brea if you cry less than 2 years most which you can you tree after pay emergency fund now in emergency fund we are so we need die now feel now to ama dine I feel better we pay down payment the acquire say especially a community so when you a warrior to dine buy a house even though you've been married for 3 days pay. So be an to that to the Nippon who crowns so crana near can. Now, dear one say also be some who say a dime ton. A dear a qualify may say be a dime crown meeting at all. There are a few things you have to ask yourself first, why you're ready. Readiness, I don't just say, I did quite be a quack community, say example, say be a quack car. a court can a castle can a saying, a castle can we check a monthly bit me saying, or 500 or 500 centimeter. Usually, can you bring insurance? This anyway, apart from that, crown, sometimes it doesn't make sense. Say you make 50,000, then you ride in a 60,000 car. I mean, sometimes we drink one, you know, ebida, but you know, Jay, who says, I know when you're here, it's me bois, I'm optimistic, whisker. You say, yeah, and I who you feel kakraka. Fancy cars or dressing idea, yes, whisker. A share of your own, yes, sir. Use new cars, all cars will use now a slightly used cars. 2 year or 3 year above, the bisa paid off. Omo kokem because I fees in getting it no. Omo ya, and may with a may example be actually fees in getting it no. And no, a car home mountain in we. At the same time, average millionaire no, or a square feet of 265 square feet building. Until then, 4,000, 10,000 square feet. If you say no, we share no so we share categories now. Millionaires di now share we share first engineers, second different accountants, third teachers are if you into okay all because a consistent thing they've been doing. And then the bia kakra this kakra to side could do when you get rich quick bia 2 days now also when you work no when you consistent thing that you do for so my millionaire force and you'll be never can say because it's consistent you've been doing it because I did who say personal finance 80% behavior, the way you behave, the things you do, 20% head knowledge. You don't have to be a Harvard your friends and graduate to be able to do this personal finance. Simple things you have to do. It's ubisa say my ready. Yana question wakakra. Ubi say obetimi saying 1,500 and meeting a no akwaje dan no. Obi a won news down payment. This money and the normal sense no. I will say down payment which is 20% because when you're 20% now, ubi PMI no so no. So when you're 20%, I'll be avoid it. And I'm saying my illustration can create actual say what we say. And no here pa na PMI will avoid it, usually and can say mortgage, monthly mortgage, and about 25% of your take home pay. Meaning say if I say we take home pay 1,000 also mortgage about 250. My example I make say hint your monthly pay say if I say 10,000. Also mortgage cost around 25 be 2005. San was the be wiggle room, space room, a man who talk kama. Now what in other investment? Tinian so dear Hana about before so be told dying. My main sum kakra about okay, my main share we. What you want me kakra?
And it's a good time.
Mama me person me de okay. But so some who mortgage calculator we. So you have to say you put down 200,000. Say 200,000 you put down 220. And the normal circumstances here 20%. And we avoid the PMI. 20% is 44,000. All right, they usually cut 30%, 30 years. It's 30 years in the same I've at this point, at this time, this with everything. It's all share. Who's a principal, no, shareholder, who's a principal, no, it's in which year or monthly payments, so cut 30 years with this now. That this is fine. Usually, who shall you share? So, 1,000 with a 2,200, 220,000 with a 20%. With the 2 years now, 30 years. We bet 1,232. All right. Yes, I had you. See, 30 years. We say 15 years. 15 years, no. We say, yeah, in Anchini, can see you. 1,006. 1,630. And so, interested this severe, no. Interest is severe, Wahano. May I know so before then, no. But before say the comment, what they say, they would 3% bar, or to down the 3% true. Most of them they will qualify you for that, right? So I'll qualify for this, with the 3,222, with the 3% is 6,600. What you dying? Credit in 30 years, you're in 30 years. It's no mortgage, 1,500. 07. The entire when you're 30 years, when you're 15 years, 30 years, we say the same 30 years, no, because of all the 3% into one, it's almost like 15 years with 20% mortgage. Next idea, under the principle, we say private mortgage insurance, PMI, which is $89. $89. For free. Because what it is that they need insurance, assurance. When somebody maybe no magic can rental, as somebody no magic says can it meet a force not to avoid the way. Imagine say you multiply 89 by 360 because it's 30 years. The same year they can crack some who say a man could afford CKD for no reason. So 89 times 360, 32,000. It's 32,000 the more be for free. A brother be on couch and kakra. We were cast okay, be a thought diano, equity baby dason. A bay more than a be a emphasis, true. But my check it, Messiah, another way illustration at show Hano. That's all. I'll be going back and forth with hold on, mommy. Okay. So, original loan is saying 22. All right, it's it's a four original loan here to her. See, let's start it. Your fan say, see the 20%. It's similar. For Munya would say, "Mammy, may check it when rates near say it's a 4 point." Okay, so say a quote 20%. You say near quote 20%. And then 220 no. Say ni betria 378. By the time 30 years in you know, you got 20%. By the time you 20 years in you near tria way. Interest are yet also. We taxes come to the interest are yet also. 158, 114, right? You got the same thing. Neshadi. Near a tria. Yes, you're only 15 years now. Your mortgage in the and say 366. It calculate your own over 10,000 every so. It's always good. We say a big dear cry to me hundreds of thousands. Depending say when you feel a cassia, if you 600 700 now, which means the interest rate will be 100,000 and over. 15 years. It's only called 15 years now. So we're saying 66,215. That's what you're saving. So you call 15 years now, and you be saved. And to be a to fee my advice is say, over try Nanka, what me a down payment, not what me in 15 years. We're in 15 years now. A bomb will save be brave. We're 220,000 house. It's an imagine so to 500,000 house. We save be 100,000 or 200,000 interest. When you know, we want we are also the Kakari by a bayama, but actually, this is what you're losing. Say, you can say, you back on a person, the HM 89 and you losing. Say, it's 89, you say they talk, yeah, they talk BB, yeah, they talk, they talk stocks, in this fund being a dear go near the issue 89. 89, it's your say, start to see a trade I can, you just 89 because in tier payment, your first and tier payment to the tier. Mosha de wa. Scale Calvin for sa 200, you know, the two starts all the two side investment now. Better seminar say, the me say they are doing this fund. For the past 100 years, we know say the stock market is averaging 11%. If you class it a growth stock mutual fund could be averaging 12%, but on the Indian fund say 11%. It is day one, which out I can. Which means that PM reference says $89 now. They be every month in and every month be a semi and two stock exchange made a told me the twat. Which I can wait 30 years now, 249,000 and maybe now. It yeah, and be say, Tobo, what Tobo only be any country, what Tobo, there are so many so in the marketing tea witness. The woman says, California Council, some women no avoid it. They try to avoid those things and they put those monies into good your friend good use. Only invest it, crack. The only say Otobo now we invest here. The beer possible call. My many in Crancho, would you say Yakase, Yaba? We school the 25 years. 25 years, so we free or so they may invest here and say with $100 spent, I may invest from 25 to 65 years, $100 spent, I may invested in a. So it would do yes, Akrana. Look at Scalbina. We share a contribution. One can 48,000 to more. The academy growth 812. Now, yet the cat I intimate Sanyama, and I never really should be near qua intimate Sanyama winning. Like I said, this is not get rich quick. We do this in a period of 10, 11 years. We said, Nima started to ye. We said, Bibia started Koboko. 3 years, Oma, I feel no person to dine. So we need that episode to trouble. Let's save. When your emergency fund first, when your emergency fund out petrol Hokota, you'll be house poor. In Yakubi Muda. We say, Fay, Jumano, you've been a big cracker. If you want to dine, so I feel them. I feel now double, triple jobs near day. What did they make? And outside, we said, she has all interest in the breeze, some for. Book no be any people who be a fin type of BBC. The DBA say the who second assassin, we don't have options. Your options. So Tobo na we will be able call. Unika say car na be sure. When you another trick so the talk is for the women say, oh, person talk car. So person talk car na car worth 30,000. The woman say the first average right now as 21st December 31st, 2001, the average car payment for a new car was $575. For a used car was $455, I believe. But the emphasis is 5,500 crown a month. So 500 a month. What they do is they keep this money 500, 10 months. When you're 5,000, what they are called car. Or talk car be office a bit in the or continue to 500 beer for itself. Another 10 months, no trading for that car. It's within 30 months. No, the car pay. I need new car. The reason why we ask them, the reason why they don't buy new car and say every 4 years, new car is value of about, I think 40%. It is first what to car of 21,000. By 4 years time, that car worth about 11,000 or so. and they don't usually invest in motors. The tender goes down in value. They always invest more on the store. In here, they only buy new car, brand new car, and because everything they do, they do it with cash. What did I mention? They be the cash. Uncle talk a brand to more network 80 million over or car or 20 new car or 20 with cash. So that's small interest. They will invest that small interest. Never be that song. Normally, a new music. Also, I don't may enjoy now. What it is they do that first before they enjoy. Almost see those things now and son they enjoy. You know, that is that also. What it is you have a print who be any aqua to be a try near the car. The castle near the small braid the beer. No. Now, young call mortgages so a program Nankasa for an eno. A quite a befasua, a bit fear, you fear and tell. So they have your Patrik may so.
And I have black. Okay, I feel that back. Yeah.
Myself. Okay. Yo. So you 4 weeks. Obey me a dear chair mortgage. A chair in 10. You be focus on first one. The second one, idea, bring your lunch into work. Me and I'm sure that the whole share is still part of the first one. You will say even though they hand emphasis every a month if you spend $100 or lunch on February and what the no to say you bet say the same 220,000 mortgage, if you do that alone now every month be add $100 a casa mortgage you save about $29,000 and then also no best what I think 3 or 4 years earlier. I'm sure that they are not usually we don't have problem with that because you're quite a packy usually come out for the the second one, the third one is refinance, which I won't recommend. The only time I would recommend is say if you are interest rates, maybe I will be if I say 5 or 6 interest rate at this time I say loan. But even with that, you have to make sure say the closing cost may be an end cost too much because sometimes one had the closing cost and the one had the payment now making the difference won't have any match. Let's say 1 month or so. It's also refinance will die from 30 years to 15 years. Be able to make and tema. I also take a sign which I don't. But you bet say with 30-year mortgage, which me pretend I calculate numbers. No, what to say 15 years. To say example now, say you make 22,000 220. Now your mortgage be and say 1, 2, 3, right? But say the 15 years, your mortgage be 130, 1630. It's okay the difference now be almost be 4 something, almost be 3 something, 390. Say it will add another come and no be 15 years difference. No bet me here. Okay, the next one downsizing. So a bit downsizing fee. Like I said, my EBITDA, my cousin, a 2 feet a team for almost 5,000 square feet. You worry, your teams are sorry, a party near day. Sometimes you can see it doesn't make sense. Square feet in Siena I'll be here. Now the area across the world, maybe a fee, a basement cry since winter time near day. There, the whole time I see basement cry after some the inquisition and pie. We could have bought a town home be portable nice be an keep it in the issue. So anyway, you say a nice so better. But what it is you prepare when you are bright when you're sometimes no one better this side than ever. We have to live like no one else, and later you can live and give like no one else. Because most of the they say they make a war anybody no at all. Here. What is the nature? Because be equity and bisa. Be well to no my church, but me invest that money now the difference now would fear. But me be big to another when say invested, then soon and also come out. And never be a focus upon adding extra payments. No. Only be focus upon. So the first strategy is a bi-week. The bi-week strategy. And they say Utia, if I saw mortgage, 2,000 a month. So 2,000 a month. Utia every month beyond Utia, sorry, every 2 weeks by week beyond Utia 1,000. They say every the months, every 2 weeks, 1,000. The next week was 1,000, 2,000 now. But because because 52 weeks, I believe, about 26 by weeks, about 13 months. It is so idea. What the 13 months? I come home. And the countess what share one more payment instead of 12 months. No, we need 2 weeks now. We share one more month payment than usual 12 months. No, it is no so for almost 7 years. It is over 30 years. And so we say without refinancing, without changing any ABR, within that time, a bit to me at the word and we that number one. The strategies we now the same strategy, but we in different ways. The same thing. It every month be every bi-week be which your friend saying 2,000, which half of the mortgage, half. It's a mortgage 1,500. Every month be which 750. Every week, sorry, every bi-week, every 2 weeks, which 750. It be the same. But how we now and you 50 and a they say the MCN money be changed. First, no, now we have to talk to them first. And usually, we'll sign a mortgage agreement now. Except to and then the last one, first and paper near sign. And then the last one, we do on a normal Russian horror can name Mount because what it is imagine what is 7 years if you were so imagine the interest rate at the bank on Belusu or it's no almost person Belusu to but now so class when you but so no crown no can some extra month san can the easy way no obi one ma buy weekly man especially when you buy week money no e man no wait me use so you use at the end of the 13 months. The second one will say the same thing. Or add 10% of your monthly income. So that's your monthly mortgage, which is you use 2,000 maybe. Say monthly mortgage near 2,000 at 10% 200. And instead of paying months, we you buy week, we buy week again. Instead of say months, maybe somewhere share 2,000, more share 2,200. We share 2,200. All the same, we share all the way up to 12 months now. They don't have the same thing. They don't have one extra month, about 13 months. It's no, the same thing, 13 months. So we share come one. They don't have the same, between 5 to 7 years. Also, to me, a bit reduced way. Usually, I think it's 7 years. 7 years, a bit reduced. Like I said, this way now, starting an outshare, mortgage companies to be all more very tricky. What would share extra now? Or move it down somewhere. You talk to them first. I think they'll prepare, they will send it to you. Now, these days, from most of the mortgage in the blue is there. You can see over there, say, it be an add to principal. It is only this old company A said it be easy. And also go to add to principal now. Now, the difference in 200 now they are sure. So 200 now they are sure. And also the same thing. Another man, so say, Ubetraya all the way to the end. And that's a bit 30 months, the same. That's actually winning the same. They're very simple. The entire month I say, Ubi understanding a whole institution. Ubi on one, Bitinaji, Ubi on one, the opens every month be Ubi also a month, never diamond, which 2,000, was a 2,000, usually not come off when, sir, or so train to 2,000. Now, you have about it. I feel going at 31st December, I feel no try. It's no, Ubi was the mammy and the by week now. And me is simple. I don't say in your mind, we still so official with Chiasa. Then so I say, your friends say 10% no. But so would share not would share 12 months, then we will chase straw and come home. And no, Yana Emane a Kakra. It will say, a bit me reduce or mortgage for 7 years. And one may explain what Hano, the strategy now between 2 weeks. The 2 weeks, the trick is 52 weeks. It's about 26, 2 weeks. Then amount extra more months. And say, let me reduce by between 6 to 7 years, 30-year mortgage. The next one is 10%. It's the same thing. The next one, so yeah, over train out, what we in a free honor. Yeah. Those are the ones I bet to me. I'm an simple. Another thing, so they say, we do also swap. The old say every month, every year, be a file a tax. Your tax now, a file it, we go on mark, maybe so 2 or 2. The whole thing is say, the banks don't amortize the payments. Amortization, the payments, as the balance now one, and no so, and the amount your friend is saying, amount interest. It's the more balance you have, the more interest I would share. It's the more you reduce balance, not interest, less. The more I reduce balance, not interest, less. Like I said, Simon, now go back to the same thing. See a car, the time I hit to a car can, and no, and a high debris. Nina, I didn't know debris, Miss Anyaman. Be all the catcher said, Bia was say, the beer was so cogibino, or mobois. And yes, I will be to share with the first and say already near Jijicano. What try now to a few on my own when it break. Yeah, we know what I think maybe a net now, which actually the previous ones, which change the crowd first way channel, a crack, snowball way, from the small to the way to the largest, I'll be to a few. The next things are, it might be a cocker, say, especially over for buyer, and I say, oh, the college was started to college. Almost say also started building your credit. It was a credit card. Now started to build a credit. And they are mostly in now be at so many home. Open so many home when you credit in from. Saying this are you're free manual underwriter. Manual underwriter. And remember, say you crew starting any credit in home. They have a way it's still there. But what it is the credit the mortgage companies they become lazy. And they use your life instead of your credit score. Your life, when they say, why a Juma, oh baby, maybe why a Juma, at least why a Juma for 2 years. What you with bills, electricity, water, and this our bills, no, so our phone, this animal, what you for 2 years, when you're late there. Now, what's not baby, what's not far, what's not baby for 2 years, our landlord beating approval for 2 years. No, we used to our life, what in the day. No, they were going to say, I want to mortgage be at least a bay, they're not making 25% of your take home. And the normal sense, I will say 25% of your take home pay. Say if fully we are now, you don't have to have a credit or have credit because they will go by the credit. Because the entire case, I say if you start paying all your staff offer, would trust would be offer, where you'll be a only mortgage, stress would be offer. Most of our credit score is going to go because no credit score. But this can say unattainable. Say just you don't have credit score, which after 6 months they cut off. We don't have anything. But I can say if you want to go down a route, make sure so you don't have credit, because if you have credit, they won't use your life. They will use the credit. And and also you might call because person build your credit to start from secure credit. Well, we see can interest. What they are called to near genius. So I want to say happy interest and fees in there. Year be our partners, never the work private kindness start making cabo never the what fear or life every year be. And then why you call a come to be as your friends say, your corporate credit, because at the end we all want to be a honest. And no, and then you call brothers, sisters, routine, say, we need to serve me out to an episode to the so I know there's one mortgage, a company where check your mortgage, they still do it. They will use your life, but you don't have to have a credit. Like I said, if you have, when you say bad credit, no, you don't have to have a credit at all. So credit this time, that person called down route now. Pay off all your debt, all your credit cards, all everything. You pay off. It's like it's going to be like a switch. Let's switch off. You won't have credit anymore. If you don't have credit anymore, they use your life. Now life in the one. What's not a fee but for 2 years? So landlord beating approve so it's not 2 years. Which shall like out here be on time. 2, which shall bills on time. Your bills, electricity, gas, water, salmon, on time for 2 years. Why a Juma or baby for 2 years? And you bring a Juma a free also and when your paper access away you for 2 years. They will use that. Now we are not taking a lot of loans for it, but you are also taking a loan that is going to be your mortgage is going to be between 25% of your take-home pay. It's memo being other, I would say the beer will say can yet name. Men will be nada, make us ask him, say, it will say a can yet near the ABB. Like I said, the book, Everyday Millionaire, a church in Yama be more scaffold, quite fast moment yeska. And you get rich quick beer, and you Bitcoin, and then you Yakoto insurance policy bina, and Bema is saying, yeah, wow, Sikano, wow, Sika, Yakoto insurance, cash insurance, no, wow, Sika, Yakoto, would you cheer for you? The only tricky and obiting about I know people that have done that way is can only sit down or Ghana. But imagine so why would you see capital? Need this kind of bossy and I was the side interest was canon. What did they say? Yeah, it is only when you see if you're marketing to see if you're showing. So for almost about a student and Uban one school, Uban's one school now. The only yarn say, first upon it, the holiday and won't touch it. But the interest never told because it was tax free. Now, which years are tax, if you know you are the free. Tax now also the toss, it depends on the outcome. The real see in the penalty also be a penalty so. But interest in there was so true because it was tax free. The tax was not sorry. The tax no interest, the tax was no so true. It's so I can't almost say the BOC a decay. You who flew and enough for the BOD answer if you say can was here the team. You who free sad in him because I can't be brain and my own team never be brave. As I make her say, almost 80% of the population, their work, they don't like their work. But we get up every morning and go to that work. Why? Because we don't have options. We do not have options. Because a cat tree, one quite needy. But imagine, say, when you you have 50,000 emergency fund. You have a house of 500,000 paid off. You have maybe, I think I was starting back a crack about 300,000 in your retirement accounts. But I mean, the rule number one is pay Juma, but we have options because when you say, so we'll do a Juma Krana, at least emergency fund, betting at you for the next year. But the BR, especially homeowners, the only say, oh, don't do emergency fund. For work with net that will feel so no. Emergency fund. While we're quitting our building, it's a central now. Yes, I do interest from while our building come on. Yes, I do interest was our equity now, was our quackle where you know. Memo be a assassin, a cat like a Bible, a baby one, one B, one time, say, I'm blessing my people with debt. No way, it's not way in the Bible. Well, I'm blessing the people anywhere in the Bible with debt. I mean, debt is not a sin. You can, you can have a credit card and go to heaven. You can have whatever and go to heaven. It's not a sin. It's not a salvation issue. But nowhere in the Bible, Bible can't debt say man. People pay the that. They say you are a fool. You are what? It's a curse. It's so many things. Everything that says about debt in the Bible. I know there are some people who say, oh, there's a good debt. If you call a mortgage, you could be your parents. No, mortgage that. No, instead of say the treaty, says kind of fact stock history. Remember 11%. Remember 11%. About 11%. House mortgage, interest in 4%. You see, very naive. What it is they don't think about the risk. When you have debt, which might be that you have debt, the economy goes down, it goes with you. So see a yet way or dining back team, what to another one, team and team they are rented. Obiso dining will train me in Naka. So see a economy cost out. Obi or two them were true free. Obey then what you are. The old training that only issue, Obitim of family. Obitima, like I said, it's for years. I don't know career. Then they save. Then they start buying next house. The first thing that they do, cook my house. When you share house in India, almost save almost scan. They imagine say, mortgage 2,000. We need debt, we need BBR. Now we need BR 6,000. If I told you, last time I 6,000. Example, I'm making. Now we need 6,000. 6,000. Maybe two. So now we need debt here. We have bills. We have electricity. We have 5,000. We are calculating co-investment calculator and they put 5,000. Only the two index funds. We just sort of mobile 500,000. Almost like I got to another house. And gradual, like I said, 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, you build some form of wealth. My wealth now building. When you makufriadi, and you wow dear, you say my thought night, now me 300, I cut 300. No, we the wow to add the cash. Sa no ye, and one of ye, no a drew sa point. It's brothers and sisters, and more beer for Uncle Second, and I would say to book a crack. Ya ye die jaya ya moye ya je ato almost say no money down house the toy we lost the house there ya the control cars your friend saying leasing get ni na you see but after a year who free sign me start year just say the cry obeji usika na say you don't have any payment. Imagine what you sika be to nsem first day we just I say we say ka bitua ka oh nice. My call Uncle CBBM get money as a quick dear seminars near Dinama Kubida. Ya call just say you'll be bumped out. Just what you say. I say you pay through an unyesque, but in Nabunia show say Kanakutu. Could near show? I mean, I'm a credit education specialist. It makes me a credit the other two meet me at show quite also your credit up pencil. I was there. I did that for almost 10 years. It's Saturday night we say what. What sa cabin and why you can be a so. It's a for now, Kakram walking. And send me walk a crabwa, and we know we be a dance now, so trialka. My financial security or to say provide our crown, the few goods what you out carry. What you and I reduce interest which my head to that point in the brain, and like I said, if the economy goes south, you are still standing. You don't care because the when they say economy, especially if you have money in the stock exchange, we know what happened in 2009. Look at where it is now. And back. But if you don't know, if you owe a cost out for rental dying, or to they also give you that app, because you have your own mortgage, I will pay. It's in what to work like I said, within 25 years, we'll be 5 houses paid off cash. When you be yourself. Now the next one is some financial freedom, and I've been American options. You move be brave one way Juma MP. Juma MP. Now, silence is self-security because a brought the Biako Juma also a crap and a very, very tough. Yeah, you Juma more than 25 years. No, Juma MP. But if you have cash, which may change your to a Juma open. Financial freedom is a multi also at that time sometimes a since I do a rat seminar with me your destiny say by be a book say the escaping it needs to mean about financial freedom. You don't really care about the money because at that time we were a chunk of money our next deck more a bit in a brusca. It's in Obi catch us of fear or may a mass be at you now. Massa finance, personal finance is 80% behavior, 20% head knowledge. I'll say it again, you don't have to be a Harvard graduate to be able to know, say, this is a common sense biblical way at media level. So, usually, what it is if you know more about finance, I'm not going to get in trouble. But only finance and a janitor, a bit me BT. To say a friend say graduate, Harvard graduate or Oxford graduate, whatever, because a janitor no need to say maybe $100 maybe 241k. Now there are cruiser our year Juma years 50 years the other on the two. The other one you know more. It's my main cost like the crowd have the Akosha to be crowd who lose scan. Not the janitor. I think steadily the other two crowd now treat you near my via Nasa will be consumed. Then I turn out field still invested, not invested. They can now so I did about my feed and say, like I said, I don't know how that works, but giving is one of the things you have to be generous. The more you give, the more you get. I don't know. 1 + 1, we 2. We want a 1. But Kevin, when you give, it's not that way. It goes up more. So it's here for me to see here. Now Brother Michael on my CBA, do a quantity maybe, sir. Now, you're free.
Wow. Nana, it has a pa and your Michelle and no more Odi Amay and you may. It's here for you near Patrik Nana Barfi and your Tinny can you may financial peace education lessons our dear man meaning so many now matame kuchu me try me one ba na mo questions am no me dia mano na wa answer amai Yo, tear for Sarah McCancy, you try your one back. Now, if you say, your man, any pep brace you be nom. Now, what to me, I say your questions, and I'm in your by Cynthia. In more cover, she also was joining Ampim, Moses. Chinabua, also, Yami, in some by a chan. I'm winning and your mission, some join you. Jumedian so. Tuesday, we are in union, and now it this said Jumena, or church, a quay, Befaswa, you bit me atuto, yin sikasem. Na yetimi ahwe enioma yi na questions I want de ebi de ba macho bi ato aha no obetimi ansa aman a evi se eno ebeboa where do you know say baako ose wo se nipa 3 o making money engineers and teachers and I'm so me say baako na no ka say teacher for there the teacher for timi making money at this time teacher for them ki share them mu bia but all come making money no odo mo kan ho nana ya Fred was so ya mo akwa say we join you Jumedi so nana me so nya me first question na
me ya question pa
okay
and say any abana we obana be any abana
ai want me question me ni yi but before some answer question there's a difference between bringing in income and managing the income. A whole mistake in the BIA. See, when we see people with, it's like I said, we see people with, say, you'll be making 300,000 a year. If you see any panel, yes.
The same book, no, I say, Sarcophone, you're from consumers. So, doctors don't make it 300,000, surgeons, no.
Right.
Make it 300,000. The car, the fee, would 10,000. The club membership on Crown, maybe 15,000, 2 or 3 club memberships.
Yes.
Or almost so many things in the cars. Who say managing the money is different from making the money. And I mean, especially in communities, we don't have any issue bringing in money. Few times, and I will say, we were that situation income issue because we will work, we will trade 4 jobs, and we will do and bring the money. By intimate managing the management is different. It is sister man can say. Making money. We say, millionaires, no, you share the top people now, no, the top, the category, we share, what's our millionaires? Those people, engineer, number 1, number 2, accountant, number 3, teacher, number 4, lawyers, number 5, as a managers. As a managers, all sort of managers be brave, different. See, we didn't hear. And because they don't make money, they make them make it stack a year.
Doctors
millionaires. Millionaires. Teachers need them, teachers need them. The reason why teachers know when they say, and yes, when and yet you're making money. Why would this care to work consistently? We save money. Money so a people come home compounding interest. And no. And the more yes, sir. It's the other, more money. They have so much debt. They are not part of it. Baby. It's in a year, making money. A millionaire.
Okay.
Hope my answer question.
Yes, Nana. Your time means you're very the answer now good. Nana, the second question, was say based on the illustration now, on the mortgage. Between the 30 years and the 15 years, illustration, everybody say like the difference no cry ain't that much. But why say they don't talk about the 15 years, but it's always about 30 years. And then what's surprising, because it look like a workable, but as a when you details in your meaning, and I want question now. Illustration now, about the 30 years. and then the 15 years.
There'll be different, not difference. It was 60,000 difference. The interest, no.
Debio, the 60, payment,
66.
No. Was a when not 30 years, no. I think it's 1,232, and 15 years, no.
Payment, no. Payment, no. Okay.
Exactly. 50 years, no. About
1,006. Say. I won't be able to answer. So won't be a question now.
Oh no.
Okay. The difference. The America 30. They say. The more payment, I said, the years now, the longer the length of years now, the more you pay the interest rate, the more the banks get richer. It's not the be on bar, on money, and no they attack you first. Because remember, almost some of them are in for the money.
Yes.
It's only be 30 years. It's only more than you go in for the 30 years. But I feel the difference, like I said, on one hand, your kind of difference was about 900 and something.
1 second. Yeah, I tell you, but once you wait me the question, offer. Ubet me akana ebiana the way I mebusan mebusan ye minia dance breaker was say number is 703-590-1692 and 703-565-2360. Wow, bet my friend obusa or you willing or be answer na number to yen twaso
yo yeah and the thing yes I say they be almost attacking with the 30 years no because the 30 years no more so stay move for long say be on interest no. Now, then someone says, no, we say, okay, what time come another illustration actually. The only say, amortization, if they do that, say, for example, the first, they say, we say 1,000, the 30 years, 1,000 or 59
yes.
About the first payment, about if I say, be about 200, never call principal. There can be taxes and fees, no, so taxes and then no call interest rating. Most of them no call interest rating. That means we say 200 na komu. To begin in the almost the first 15 years, now 10 years, we make so much jobs can be free answer. It you know say I will stay in more, say I between more interest rating. It is so office or interest rating more over 30 years. I don't also more attack with the 15 years. It's not much. At the same time, say if your mortgage is about 7,000. 700,000. Yeah, na a bill kakra. They are 1,000 bi. But when you check here, so we 220. Ne, but I would feel my stone. Maybe I would fear 3,000. Would you become 4,000? But I think it's saying maybe I 15 years. And can say 6,000. No, and just I guess I here. Then it's cross some interest rates in Sakra from the more 15 years now. Interest rates in Sakra from chain. Your friend saying 30 years now.
Wow, Nana that's it. And so and send you up. Then where should you? Also, you said that the personal financial, okay, based on your behavior. From all the examples that you gave, I do take food to work. I try to manage it, but still, things are not working for me. Where do you say now? Because I say, or any still, and you go, man. There's no one in life.
Yeah, you will not be percent. That last one, I can percent here. Sometimes we question be saying the answer. Yeah, that's a question I make. I'm not answering. So yeah, message for usually so would be some question saying yeah, come up because as someone can say media quality.
What you do, baby?
Okay. First of all, who make you saying?
That's right.
Yeah, yeah, I make maybe 2,000 a month. I have kids. I have this. I do this. Oh, explain it. I don't me. All right, but based on this question, one thing, he's not on budget. We need budget. So, budgeter, you know what you're doing. The first thing is the plan. You have to be on a budget. If you're on a budgeter, we won't show. Already, you did can be free. And hence, we say, okay, you need to or cow, not so nika. What did they mention? You can't say, I didn't have part with the Johnny Quaitman, so still my hot me. Of course, one, we need plan, yeah, so what did they mention? It's exactly like I will see if you aim at nothing, you hit it all the time. Yes. A friend say, your master will say, a budget is telling your money what to go do instead of wondering where it went. What is the mention?
Yes.
It's every month to be on purpose, on paper. What's nasty? Say in a media, maybe any second year. When you, what's actually in the movie? Under no circumstance will be changing. Still on budget now. But today, all kind of say, I've been there before. But if you stay on budget now, we say what's that thing we go kakra. It's way no brother and sister, you can say stay on the budget. Stay on the budget. You can go to the first and the second videos now. A bit show how we stay on the budget.
Wow, Nana, I say this. The other questions. So when they all say the 10% of monthly payment on the mortgage, Nana, that 10%, is it the 10% of how much you make, or the 10% of the mortgage amount?
Oh no, the 10% of your monthly mortgage payments. No, it's if I say maybe a mortgage, it's said the illustration now the mortgage in 1050, right?
Yes.
It's 1050, 10% of 1050. I think it's 105, right?
Then let's assume say make the mortgage you pay 2,000. 10% of the 2,000.
2,000. 10% is 200. Yes. So it's 220. Now we take 2,200. 200.
Okay. I mean, sure. So what's the option? I say amount of mortgage na at 10%. That's what he's talking about. Yeah. Now the other question I want to say bi-weekly, Obi so there or must say bi-weekly, is it going to be like the I don't know. Okay. The person say bi-weekly, also at the end of the month now which year into the bi-weekly also the first 2 weeks of the month and I say after the month and I'll be that bi-weekly I'm an amount at 13 payments now.
All right, let's start from January, right? Say we started January. We all know say payment is by the end of the month, which is 31st January. No way to your mortgage, right?
Right.
Okay. 14th, which you use 2,000, which you 1,000. 30th, and 31st, so which you 1,000.
Yes.
It is hard now. We are in the sana, maybe more 13 months. Because also, if you're crying, I see a GP months be on my pay, you're doing 3 times, 2 weeks, 2 weeks.
Right.
It's a month we always say a PA. Until we are say now, it could see 13 months. Into 13 months.
Right.
It's the 14th. What between us the 14th and the 30th? Between us, every month be the 14th and the 30th. But like I said, this one's so mortgage, if you have to let them know when you come once a month, now they will let you do it. But the 2 weeks, the caveat with the 2 weeks, say mostly 2 weeks. First, not 2 weeks, not for any say, and no, you home, be a fees kakra home. And say, more companies say, oh, more, be a no be every payment is 50 cents and not be sir.
So who paying by
but I want to let them know. Yeah, any match.
Okay.
If you think of the, say 50 cents, now the whole year, I mean, let's just say $100 in pool, but it saves you thousands of dollars.
Yeah. Okay.
Like I said, these days, mortgage companies be free. Mortgage, the sidebar, waiting add something to the principal. Tell me, so waiting add it.
Yeah, and also credit for free. Yeah. Now, where you to question or say about secure credit now kind will be a secure credit a money but and so who can say secure credit into homogeneous interest and no person will make sure say a true. The barring unity will be or set it up.
I said, yeah, so the secure credit, you see, this is exactly what I was talking about. Because of the ban is starting a good credit. What did they mention? Because we live in a country where we worship what? The credit.
Yeah.
Right? And I mentioned, say you don't have to do that. Sunday in the church, you say, I was saying good credit, I was so starting. First of all, you don't have to do that. And the ultimate goal is say, you should credit. Well, let's look at it this way. Build your credit so that you get more credit. Just say, it's who build it, baby. I feel it me big one. Now, if it is a big one, let it be an account also. Anyway, the question, yes, the NSA say secure credit. Who you should, well, one person will try, say, a amount of credit card, everything is into the operate the secure credit as same as the credit card. It's in the same Uchia, Ebia, $200 secure credit. What $100? We bill be $200. although the same say, when you $200, name wait me $19 a month. So why you training you now training in a car? They said you use credit card now, the only different ones I want to do see car my try what you need, until the same thing.
That's still with you interest.
Yeah, it's why training now, it's a credit card now.
Wow. Anyway, baby, anymore, money is almost second for free.
No, it's a credit card. Secure credit is a credit card.
Wow.
The only difference I want out of my see a travel actually.
Okay. And then many about a friend a chan densua. Many about me a question is a man kind number to wow friend will be sana. Was it Nana? Hi, thank you for the explanations. My question is I have 3 kids from 14, 9, and 7. Any education on what kind of insurance I should get for them? Nana, but your question no.
I mean, insurance space. You say insurance will be free.
The man of 14, 9, and 7. And I'm say any education on what kind of insurance I should get for them.
Say insurance say me who the insurance say because your medical insurance, your health, and I'll be your personal life insurance and
I guess so. So I'll bet me as send me back and I say bet me so offer numbers so I'll be just say what kind of insurance, life insurance, health insurance, and what kind. Yeah, but man general answer say otimi frɛ and I say or testible back am de bema.
Okay, at this age, we said you now health or life insurance, and I do my beneficiaries. I don't know. Meaning said you also say okay, life insurance no beneficiary.
Nana, mama for we so question nimra. Hopefully, it won't hear we maybe or no diaba. Mini Adams, Baka honestly say, please, I make 1,200 per week. Which is 4,800 per month. Okay. I have 30,000 in savings and owing 47,000 on credit cards. Should I use my savings to pay for my credit cards I'm owing? Then I'm going to question. And I'm repeating you.
Yeah, question. No, me a question.
Hopefully, so,
okay. The quickest way, the quickest way, or I would say not the quickest, the shortest way of being a millionaire is to be out of debt. When you're out of debt, you can put in more towards that. All right. So what the year you or 30,000, it was savings.
Yes.
But they kept 47,000.
That's
the
right.
interest rate never was acting, never always. I know 30,000 they secure, or they are secure, say in case they be here, and or they way. All right. If I'm coaching you, even though I'm mommy, you be brave. Meaning say 4,800. No? Is it your take-home pay before tax or after taxes? Yeah, let's assume say before taxes.
Right.
Right. And meaning say this is your only household income. Are you married or you're not married?
Right.
You have kids or you don't have kids. But let's be general. It doesn't make sense having the 30,000 and having this. If you follow the plan now, it's going to work. But if you're not following, don't do it. If you follow the plan, I will throw this money in there. I will leave just $1,000 as emergency for now. I will throw money. Say if we say 4,700, yeah, okay. When to your plan, then you be about 1,000 plus a month. For that alone, interest keep on going on. And see, if you throw this and you pay off, how many sky would you free women? How within a short time, you bring out 30,000 back. But like I said, if you're not following the plan, don't do it because it won't work. Won't mean halfway. This plan it works. Like I said, as time goes on for 10, 15, 20 years now, you build some form of wealth because you've taken all your debt out, you start living debt free and start using cash flowing everything. But the okay, like I said, it doesn't make sense. I have 30,000, I owe 47,000, paying interest on that. It's kind of that one. When you say 2%, it was savings, 2%. And I say, yeah, 2%, be 2%. But maybe the interest rate go to 14%, so it doesn't make sense. I know. BBC they can't. Be a when you say hey, I mean for that be to me save $1,000 for your emergency. Then work on this quickly. Then start doing everything cash. But if you're not following the plan, it won't make sense doing it. You have to follow the plan. The plan so one share, go back and share the second video. No, you check when we say space be brave. Then what we save emergency fund 30,000. Then what save down payment? We need down payment for only to house. What save down payment? What to house? What to house? So you pay off your house gradually. Wow. So that's the answer for them.
Yeah, many Adams may sure say or answer or question. Nana still many of the child on for the type of insurance and by but young picky other questions maybe now answer about no what your mama
sure.
Yeah. Nana when should you about refinancing also can say refinancing to pay off no hold on. Okay, or just say, oh yeah, refinancing. It was in your good say you better take equity, and also my idea is cost. I don't know if I get you right there.
Actually, I didn't say a bit take equity through refinancing. I won't encourage that at all. All right, so I was talking about refinancing.
And also, usually, refinancing. Refinance say umbenye sky say or the tiane swati, and I say obeji scare free. That's what people encourage. So, but is that the best way?
Yeah, the whole thing is now we just say, Sandy will be I am on my atiasian, and yet the correct way to live. You might be blown my atiasian, and I never see travel for your old day, and I need you need emergency fund.
Yes.
Your emergency fund as money that we don't need. Now that you catch us say, why do you see Kyber 2 and now see Canada, the Sadia above Bussi, and I will say change. So it doesn't make sense. What is the return?
Yes.
It's all refinance say which may trade and every income. Remember, so trade and we are, and then it's kind of what toy I want to offer Sika. What toy I done with you see another for a form of investment. Hey, when you saw trade that 400,000, a dime is paid off into 400,000 our dining moon.
Yes.
I saw the people have become. I don't know, say, did be a cocoa refinance near this kind of moon. This kind of hard. I would say trade interest also. One baby equity no. At the end of the account, yes, hey, never side interest also. Because remember, the banks they are in for a business. That person is seeing any small moon. Banks now capital one can is small. And no sign of marketing is not here. It also save woody.
Okay.
Save woody. Falsy like I said, it's not easy, especially when you start this program. The first 2-3 months, especially if you are couples, it's me budget, it's me blues because you are never going to katia into me kati. But also when you really now to me 1 month, second one, mom say you haven't done just a more increasing my income and so no more space, no money is kaka which those are fair. I want to start here, now start here, no more kaka. Like I said, so I get money, I get rich quick. This anime, Nipa go through that stage in your course seminar, near the training, yes, we now, but when you good, you're going to see you almost in Kodeka. Now, and we obey your projection be bright. So, say, way is simple, a common sense, biblical way. When you be in your sim, they told me be a toilet cash.
Yes. Wow, Nana Medasi, got so good, meaning about a child didn't you Medasi Bibri. Or say, Nana, sorry, education for college and then life insurance. Means all kind of question now. The first question, okay, and they said, what the other say, she was talking about education for college and then life insurance.
Okay, so to educational fund more, man.
It's not the main question.
What I do is.
Nana, the main question is, hi, thank you for the explanation. My question is, I have 3 kids, 14, 9, and 7. Any education on what kind of insurance I should get for them? And I say what the other say, sorry, education for the college and the life insurance.
So life insurance, there's someone out there who told life insurance not a beneficiary, right? It's life insurance now the total. Me, this is how I do it. Me, I let investment stay investment, insurance stay insurance. Right. Like I said, I'll go back to these people. If you want to be skinny, Study what skinny people do. If you want to be rich, study what rich people do. You rich people no I interview no be no cast of the life insurance cash one
Yes.
Obi no cash not a single person. Omo dey say insurance na yet ton. Life insurance yet ton. Obi be $19 for $20 depending on your age. Now what told me life insurance? What told life insurance? Usually life insurance no omo ton at least 10 your friend say will pay our you know. If I say year would 100,000. Omo said 10 years. It you better life insurance of 1 million. 1 million. Waiting to life insurance for $1 million, $50 and I would $100 cry.
Yes.
Not me, my kids, I do 529 for them, or between a EASA. Oh, and also, yes. Between and also, I'm like I said, it be more on to talk insurance now. My all because yeah, more what I say what Corona and Cocalia, be from himself. Yeah, almost saying which is not true. There's a penalties and fees on there. And as I insurance, no, I'm not for say a tax haven or do music so. I don't know. Like I said, I'm just studying what the rich people they did. And being who castle is hard in it. Almost simple people now. Or next door now, millionaire now, or no million. Their retirement fund, Roth, or traditional IRA. And no, a good stage be only in go share the interest now, also taxes then also in kakra road. It's by the time yes will free won't share much. They have so loopholes meeting. But these people will show you so many projections. Just be simple. Total life insurance. But to student Sakura and Cusco pay off your taxes. What for back? And my advice, so just buy normal life insurance for yourself. Now you're my beneficiary. Then you buy a 529, and I say other one, not their mom. And
wow.
In my life, it's complicated, but it's not hard.
Right. We never a child in so I sure say answer a question, so when later also name me a number, but the mama bit me in your 1-on-1 na. We very good or be explaining bibia actually. Nana, your time need to me for last 2 questions. Now wait me wrap on me. When so dear or say 2 funny questions. What house a big house, but it look like say the friends and the neighbors who that house into all downsize it small house and asset to the apartment a very big challenge. What is the best way with me? I said, I dance size, Ophelia Cobensa, but I say, and Crawford, only Africa for your mentality, Crawford who dine away, the French, everyone say, well, from Macotan apartment and as a small house be a big challenge and no bedding. And the other questions is so only so more worry and China or more tall dying because of a dino payment, any other payment are unity. And Mama Regina Aunt me and I say, it is now kind of no or feeling like say a dining our cost or more problem. What the best thing and uncle meet me, I hey, Adam's a question where the Adams say, Nana, Tiaways home, me reading said a watch on and Mr. Adams nephew Baker was it. I have married with 4 children, 26, 24, 20, and then 18. 3 in college. I obtained masters in ICT and then 1 in high school. My 3 children's work as part-time. Okay. But I don't depend on my children. I ask them to save their money so that they can take less loan for their education. Okay. I own the 47,000 on credit cards because of getting my children from Africa to US. Hope you understand. My 30,000 in my savings is there to buy a second house. I own a house and then it's paid off. Thanks for your help. God bless you. Then I'm saying, no, the answer a foot to share on your questions, but 47,000 and a year credit in the issue. Okay, 3 questions here. I think say you wait my no.
Okay.
I say.
Let me start with the last one.
Now one question. We say Adams. The other one first. And I say my 1,200 is after tax. The other explain it first.
After tax.
Okay, your 3 questions are what about wrap up?
The first one I want to say, or this, or Koji, your friend is saying, like I said, we did that, now we didn't know better. Right now, we know, if you know a cabin and yet you save. When you be any competition, you save, then you go do it. I understand, so Coco File, not Free Africa by a year, but to just be in debt, a Coco Form ban. See, debt is still from us. And my intimate was here invested to her acquire. What did any channel? And I'm crying so no. The Kakami come from and say in Africa, first year papa would shop we are now so beshame. I want her time to crown baby on. You take care of yourself first, you save for them to do. College, if I can from now, a moment taking loans be there are so many scholarships. Moment research, I will recommend these 2 books for you. One is Debt Free. The other one is Confession of a Scholarship. Confession of a Scholarship. Those 2 books are going to get you more website to go. I'll be able to apply for scholarship. This is not academic or athletic scholarships. We have scholarship for free. So they have scholarship for even tall people, short people. You have so many scholarships, be it 500, be it 1,000. The more you apply, the more you get. It's moment be almost for some loans. Yes, small loans. Loan be like I said. There's nowhere in the Bible God bless us with the debt. Said we need a credit. One can say the people can debt be curse, slave, you are a fool, and this one. One scholarship be every year be over 3 billion on claimed scholarship. You can Obama for apply for because the Obama for a feeling somewhere to tell 1 2 pay or apply 2 pay which I. Confession of a scholarships and say, or apply for about 100 or almost 200. Be better down. Number 2, most and say, school, no, you won't call Buoma or cram to school be near school out of state and may more in state a better less. Oh, Saturday morning now, because sometimes no, the school different level be say, who could school and I'll go back to these people again now. They interviewed them, they say, you know, about 67% of them went to just state schools. Few people, very few, call private universities, high class universities near there. Now, there's no data anywhere say, should we call high class school? Now, in this country say, Nipan, ebe yeja. One more so crowded, it be said that pay now call doctor or show, or quay, winning school quay. Winning school, the end of a show ye. And I hear it's in the school now quite any day, and the answer will be real school. No, especially in this country, no, also quiet. They are not to private because we be caught, they could share 100,000 a year, we be so share 6,000. Mummy and Muka medicine will be 300,000, will be a 20,000. So we are 100,000, we know in trouble exams. When your doctor do 20, no travel or a doctor. It's only a care for Kakra. You do what I intend in Korana Kakra was outside. And number 2 question about also saying.
But according to your person bed, all downsizing is kind of a challenge, man.
Downsizing. This is one of the things these people now in the interview say they don't care about what people think. It's about time we don't have to. See, this is the same thing, bro. I've been in your situation before. Mike Dionim. I've been in your. I've died a month or so. And actually, you lose die cry. Don't worry about that. What it is in a few years now, you get back. You will get back. Say, who dream you be dream be continue. 1 year dear. And what do you imagine? Who teams are, you know, wouldn't make here as no. Or said because you be into work. See, we spend so much money buying things we don't need, things we can't afford to please or to impress people. They don't even like us. But we spend all this to you know, just what? Catching up with the Joneses, you know, which it doesn't make sense. It's bro or my sister, try the film. By a short time, you see, do you want to look good or do you want to look like rich or you want to be rich? You want to be rich. And yes, your friends will be, laughing at you or whatever. They will be making fun of you. Of course, so dancers say, car crown, we now dancers. They will, and maybe a trim. They per se try. It starts how you try. Say, I feel you be in the cash. Per se talk car. You see, a family of 5, you use one car. Which are Uncle was Mokani. But within a short time, you see we talk car for your pay. But the America so be catching anybody. Which is you can look at their face, say, because I go for the crowd Mokani. So it's a good way and I new car. We were stopping all those things. And I'm not for making fun of you, but if you really know what you really want, because look, you don't want to be in a situation where I say, well, Drew, retirement. Now if you wish to can need all because of you screwed up. When you sit down and look at Scar phone, same crowd, you see, with the chrome 15 years or 20 years for her. So now would you 50,000? Would you 50,000 cry a year? No, would you 50 years? So that means 1 million a phone. Sam. Also trying out to me and I found some moon by a mushy. All because you're seeing pressing for what reason? For what reason? It's only a crowd I can't find a behavior, like I said, 80% behavior, 20% head knowledge. Knowledge, kakrebi behavior and the obey and do back into brother or sister. And dream will be become trying to free sardine. But your question, not the next one was saying.
Last one, no, say a Omuari no more today, but a dino and check because of a month near beyond a Mawari basa. It will later no Casanova say a dine in the cost of the whole problem. Is there a good idea? Say, warrior over today and ask how long those all train and sign up a diato.
Warrior, my advice I make come say, worry pa, at least would be 1 year, saving him for my already. But the questions I was able to some who say, are you guys ready? Are you guys ready? Start readiness now. Even a man, Obu officer ready now. They say, let's get 2,000 every month. No, there are so many issues that come with houses, repairs, and even homeowners, kakra, so many things. And man told that if we say. Tell you what payment be free. Now I told you any friend house poor. What the house you are poor? What did they make? And no way, like I said, we say one case they are making money. No, yes. The money is there, but it's a poor management. So on the channel, it's waiting. Can they also say, emergency fund. Emergency fund is 3 to 6 months, depending on what kind of job you do. So we're steady income. 3 months you okay. Well, an income and share that yesterday. And I want a few crowds steady now 1 year, but not clear in your bad. But usually, we go in between 4 or 5 months of your monthly expenses. We are not a down payment, at least down payments, to lessen your mortgage monthly payments. We are 20% now, each PM. And if you even call 30%, but 45, you'll be able to do as much as you can. Say, very good one. Can emphasize issues in number. But one thing, so I'm not for remember to say, the number one cause of divorce in this country is money problems. Number one cause of your friends in divorce in this country is money problems. If you have that issue, if you live on paycheck to paycheck, that means the next paycheck comes, doesn't come out. We have what you call money problem. And also, it's media warija eba, and sembibri eba. Na you can also see by the end of 2021, December 1st, 31st. Now that time, 60% of the population live on paycheck to paycheck. Out of the 61, 42% make more than 100,000. 42%. It's not the money. It's not the money. It's your behavior. It's your behavior. It's had never been the money. Wow. At the same time, so position here. Now, if you say you're not making much, you don't have to stay there. There are so many things you can do with your life, and you're right away. As time goes on, we are a crowd stage now. I do back up. I didn't mean to say they be as a one-way pay. I want to have options to be able to do whatever I want. Especially when it comes to work and all that. Yeah. Now, you don't have to move. And yes, we be free. What's this? I don't worry about that because we say, "Fred, you crana, with me, I sustain emergency fund a credit home."
Nana,
for that, I'm saying, ask question.
Then your time, you did record the next program. How many about Emma that call with you? Munyina Nyamisha. Nana, I'm saying the next day, next week. But in 30 seconds, wrap something up, my quick. Na next program into me and Shasi. Medasi.
Yo. Therefore, so we can say, Obia, yeah, solve that issue or unsolvable. Don't even go there. No, it's a no-go zone area. Don't go there. 17 year or mortgage, You have few things a bit limited mortgage, at least 7 years. And after that, and so start paying more kakra, where you pay bi-weekly 10% or 13, I could see 13 months. And then that's the main issue at a war. And then say, so all the cabin I won't in your side. It's a trust you can free life need to do that point now. You can free life like a crack to I know BBS here, as Chromo can a raining day in the bar, beating their show. We are what through Kakrama or we invested in retirement with the Kakra to school and Karamudia. Now for the Akin cook, and then once within a short time. When you bring they do this 11 years, a 30-year mortgage committing for somewhere 11 years. When you break run out in more than that, on average it was 11 years. That means it maybe crying 5 and 6, maybe see 15, but you know the poem. No, now you wait now to be the American say and fee. Yeah, or say general so in you are genuinely they need help when so out in the it might not be seen at the also next week.
Yo, Nana, with us, Nyami, ain't sure. I don't for any Patrik, Nana, Barfi, and your Tenica, and you marry about your mortgages, how to pay off your house, and answer a mortgage, unsolvable problem, and then, boy, I mean, I solve. Next week, same time, 7:30, Umitia, Ubechi Uniano. No, boy, my problems are war with finance, no, yet to me, I saw winning. So you miss no one, Tianka, Nana. Barfi and a Tenica and you make Yamisha be brave, so be kind. More mamma Dean, now more fun me. Time and tea next week, your base edgeman.
Kade tilapia say eagle jamon ya we young with their sub and swimming. I will say your best to move on to the next. Will pass, forget until then you are happy yourself. Yeah, your mates are making money, building mansions. Your mates are getting married.